nothing like ISIS to have the government taking advantage of a crisis. Now, in case you doubt it is happening now, I want you to take a gander at what some newly released documents are revealing about what is going on. And long before now, proof that Uncle Sam was threatening Yahoo with a $250,000 a day fine if it did not give the NSA what it wanted. What the NSA wanted and what the NSA still wants is pertinent information that a lot of people find very personal. To the Fox Biz All-Stars, Michelle Fields, Bernard Whitman, and Kayleigh McEnany. Kayleigh, it's alive and well.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the rare times you're going to hear me defend the president. I believe that PRISM is a measured program. It does not spy on U.S. citizens. It is all about targeting foreign nationals overseas.
What about going after those companies that don't comply?
So that is okay with me. Yahoo did not comply with a FISA court order. The government had every right to go after Yahoo to have them comply with what is a measured program.
All right. So it wasn't as if they said, you want to help us out and you know, Yahoo told them to take a walk.
FISA court.
They then followed up with FISA court and said, there's a process for this. You're still not helping, and we're going to come down like a ton of bricks.
Exactly right.
And you're for that because you want to just give up all personal freedoms.
That's exactly right.
I thought so. All right, Michelle, what do you think of this?
Well, I think it's a perfect example of government overreach. Look, I would understand if they came to a private company and said, look, we have this one person who is a national security risk. We believe he is a terrorist. Will you help us out? What they're doing is they're going in there and saying, give us all of this data. And if you don't do it, well, you're going to be charged. You're going to be charged over $200,000 a day. That, to me, is a threat. And that's not what America stands for. So I think it's a little, I think it's a little overreach.
The IRS operates that way. But anyway, Bernard, what do you think?
Hold on to your hat, Neil, because Kayleigh and I are going to agree. You know, freedom isn't free.
What is going on?
And the fact is,
Warren and
in the wake of 9/11, we had to take extraordinary steps to try to protect the homeland. I think some of it went a little too far, and I think some of Obama's reforms will help that. But at the end of the day, we needed to take these steps to protect the homeland. I think that Yahoo was right in challenging the constitutionality of it, and ultimately the government was trying to ensure compliance with that order. But at the end of the day, we had to engage in this type of activity, and I absolutely support the government's efforts.
Fine. They're going in there and asking for tons of people's information that are innocent. If they go in there and say, we want this one person, here's a warrant, here's probable cause.
I think they were being very specific in this request. Yes. They were being, but to your point, I want you guys to react to this. Yahoo did release a statement on Tumblr, no less. That's anyway, saying this. The released documents underscore how we had to fight every step of the way to challenge the U.S. government's surveillance efforts.
Yeah, and this is a collective effort. Security, national security is a collective effort. They needed these 9 companies to hand over this information for specific foreign targets. If you don't comply with national security efforts, you get fined. Bottom line.
But this isn't just a fine. I know Yahoo is a lot of money, $250,000 a day.
It's that important. It's that important for them to give this information so we can.
How do you know?
I do know it's important. Najib Azazi, the New York City subway bombing, was thwarted because of the PRISM program. Mike Rogers has said something to that effect.
But hear what you're saying. Hear what you're saying. I respect you a lot, but I'm going to echo a point here that $250,000 a day, a fine like that gets out, and the next time the government comes to any company to say, we really want some information, before it even goes through any court, knowing that's the fine and knowing how strong-arming the government can be, wouldn't any other entity be coerced into just saying, oh, the hell with it, just whatever they want?
Well, it's backed by the FISA court, though, the authority of the FISA court. And look, it compelled Yahoo to give up.
Before it even gets there. You're just going to say, geez, I don't want this to happen to me.
It'll only happen if you do. If they come to do their research, it'll only happen at the FISA court.
Blonde hair.
I think the big failing here, frankly, was the government's lack of engaging in a comprehensive discussion with the American people about what's going to be required in a post-9/11 environment. And I think if the government had gone forward and said, you know what, we need to be clear with the American people about the types of restrictions and the need for access to information in order to try to thwart these events, we wouldn't have had situations like Snowden being able to make so much hay and become a hero for actually engaging in treason against the U.S. government, hiding behind Putin's skirt. That's the real challenge here, was that the government
I don't know if you go too far the other way, but we can debate this ad nauseum. Bottom line is, it's done. The fine's in and all that.